pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hello my gems, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, I'm so glad you clicked on this video. I do hope that you will stay, take a chance on this channel and think about subscribing before the end of the video. And if you're returning, mwah! You know I love you guys. Welcome back. Alright, so today I'm doing a get ready with me and I'm going over some tips for mature skin and basically showing you everything I do. Once again, you guys enjoyed the last one, so I decided I would do another get ready with me. Now that I'm ready, I'm going to move on to doing a few other videos. I think we've got new makeup releases coming out, a few product reviews, so make sure that you check them out and let's get started on this look. Okay, so I have exfoliated and I took Manicadar like mist and just over my face. I need a good moisturizer, and the Wishful is okay, but it's not my favorite. What I do think I'm going to do is go in with, what did you think I'm going to do? The DNA eye cream and the Avent Collagen moisturizer primer, whatever, and that's what we're going to use. Ooh, okay, put a little everywhere. Do the eye cream if you've got mature skin, very helpful. You could use all kinds of things. I have the Tatra water cream sitting here. I like that. I got it as a sample, I think, when I ordered something, but this here is the triple peptide eye cream, and it's really kind of thick, which is actually a good thing because it really does help prevent that concealer from creasing. And I'm all about non-creasing concealer. So we get that on the eye. If you feel any area is dry, you don't need a heavy moisturizer. You don't even want a heavy moisturizer. You just want your skin to absorb the moisturizer you're putting on, and you don't want anything greasy left. That's basically it. Remember, take care of your skin. Your makeup will look so much better. And I'm feeling full coverage. That's the kind of day I'm feeling today. I didn't do a toner because I had done the exfoliant, so I just went in with the moisturizer, and really what I'm trying to do is put moisture back into my skin. I am going to go in with the Becca foundation today, and of course I'm going to use my primer. And the eye cream's almost settled in, the moisturizer's almost completely settled into my forehead. I am going to take like a pea-sized amount. I'm going to need more of this. I only bought the small one last time and I need more. Go ahead with my the Benefit Professional, and I'm going to put a little bit here, just where I've got larger pores. And in circular motions, I am buffing that in, because pores are not these lovely little perfect circles. No. So it's necessary to do like the buffing motion, so this way, you know, it covers it and you can actually see the difference. Like, even if I'm going to go out and I'm not going to wear foundation, I'll put on primer. It literally helps, especially in the summertime, because it takes the shine away. Like, my skin is normal to oily now, but it used to be so much more oily, and I would use these hydrating primers, and sometimes I got primer that didn't work, and my skin, literally, I put makeup on and go down the street and I'd be shiny. It was driving me insane. I couldn't stand it. So really, it's all about having good skincare, okay? And then a really good primer that works for your skin. And the best way to tell if things are working, is to have that magnification mirror and look up close. I know sometimes it gets scary, but this is going to tell you if the primer you put on has made your pores look smaller, if it's filled it up, and you want that. So today I'm not going to go in with, well, I might go in with a little kabuki brush where the pores are, but then I'm going to finish up with a sponge today. So let me see, I'm going to shake. I haven't used this in a while. The kids are in school, guys. The kids are in school. Yes, Karen is happy. I am like, woohoo! I was losing my mind. My oldest daughter is in Florida, and she will be back till Friday. And so she's actually going to be late with school. But the other two, I had them every day, all day, trying to work. Oh my gosh, you guys know how it is, mom life. It's crazy. And it was crazy. Like, Jackson did not stop talking from the time that he got up in the morning until the time, and he's tried talking at night. I was like, oh my gosh. So this last week, I was like, please go back to school. And then this morning, we have like a big yard, and the bus came, and this poor kid, the bus literally stopped and just left right away. So I had to drive him to school. And then my mom put Kayla on the bus. She goes in the van, and her school is requesting a wheelchair for her because she's a toe walker. And unfortunately, walking on your toes leaves you wobbly. But then there's times where, because of her condition, she loses like her balance and stuff. So they're requesting a wheelchair, and right now I'm trying to get her insurance to pay for it. Say a prayer for me, because this is going to be... Those things are like $10,000. So it's like... Okay, I'm going to have to figure this out. And I'm like, they're like, we need this. And I'm like, well, I have an adult stroller, but you got to bring it home every day. They were like, no. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Okay, so now that I have used the brush, I'm going to go in with the sponge in areas where I need a little more coverage. You just don't want to keep, like, after you're using this, the brush, you don't want your skin to get inflamed at all. I mean, this is like a hard kind of kabuki brush, but you want to be able to make sure it buffs into the pores, you know? So after that, it's like taking the sponge and just kind of gives the skin a chance to settle, and it helps with coverage. You've already pressed it in to the skin, so really you're just doing your touch-ups. And yeah, it works. Okay, so I love a full coverage foundation. Yeah. So at this point, I'm not going to set anything. I'm actually going to maybe browse. Okay, I think the brows, maybe my NARS cream bronzer. I love this. So far, the best cream bronzer ever. And I'm making a nice dent in her. This came out in what, April, I think? All right, we're gonna do a little bit of contour here. And then I'm going to put some right here, some right by the forehead. Let it sit a second. And then, because I have such a full coverage foundation on, and my skin is soft, but it's at that point where if I were to blend too much with a brush, it might separate, and I don't want that. So we're going to use the sponge to press it into the skin so we don't have that problem. You don't need a lot of contour, and of course I'm going to follow up with a powder bronzer anyway. You just want to push this in basically and give a light contour. So this way when you're changing kind of your face shape a little bit. So here I've got it on my nose, and I don't like to fully contour my nose. and make the line harsh. Really, I just want to slim out right here because I don't like the way it looks. I feel like at some point we're going to be looking back at everybody doing this nose contour and be like, why did we do that? You know, like, it looks terrible. And, you know, like 90s brows. Why did we do that to our brows? And we're all like, trying to get these things to grow back in, you know, it's hard. And then you get frustrated and then you kind of like take too much off. And, you know, you guys know what I mean. All right, so I've got Benefit Professional pencils. And I've got the 3.5 and the 3. And then I've got this trusty little thing that I got in Glam Bag X right here. And guys, don't forget, Ipsy, today you get to choose what's in your Glam Bag X, or if you got the Plus, same thing. And I have like the lowest value so far. This is the lowest value for the Glam Bag X, and this is the third one, and I'm just like, no palette in there, tons on add-ons, but I'm giving you $55, and my box is only worth $265, and there were times where it was over $300. So what's going on? Okay, so a good rule of thumb, right on the outside of your nose, not here. People are starting their brows here. No. It looks okay with some people. It's really your face shape, but to be honest with you, it's supposed to start the outside of your nose. Like, I was seeing people do microblading, and sometimes they're great, but there are times where I'm like, you know, because they're not doing it right. You really want to make sure you see a professional with microblading. Okay, so I want to go in the direction of the hair and do these tiny little like strokes, basically. Sometimes I will do like an outline first, but I'm not feeling an outline today. I think sometimes it makes it easier for you guys, so I'll do it, but to be honest with you, just go in the direction of the hair. Make sure that you're turning, okay? And don't like cut off your brow. Just follow it around. Here we are. Now, unfortunately, I have a lot I have to shade in because I don't have good brows, really. And I got some hairs that I'm trying to get to lay down. Okay, so here my brow is done with the pencil number 3. I'm going to go in with the 3.5 and make this darker. Okay, I want to make sure that everything flows nicely. I always do darker for the tail end, and then I'll move some of it in here. And then I'll go in back in with the 3 and do that in the front and basically follow the brow. Pencils can be hard to do hair like stroke with sometimes, so you gotta find what works best for you. You can always clean up your brow with concealer, comb it through, and then do your touch-ups. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and go in with the clear brow gel, and I'm going to brush them up, like kind of feather them a little bit, you know. And then what I'm going to do is go back in with the felt tip pen and do the hair like strokes where it's sparse, because it just looks more real and more natural this way. I love this pen. It was from the Glam Bag X, I think I told you guys that. It's the Anastasia brow pen. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with an angled brush and use a little bit of concealer. So let me get the other brow done. All right, so I'm going to use, still dropping things. I'm going to use one of my favorite palettes that was released earlier this year, a couple months ago. The NARS Solaces collection. I loved this. It just worked so well, and the colors just blended so beautifully. So this is what I'm going to use today. I'm actually going to go in with a Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to go in with this matte color over here. It's a little bit of kick up with this, and I'm going to put that matte in the crease and out here, and get it nice and dark in that crease on each side here. I love doing my makeup. Alright, do a little blending, a little hey, get in the crease. Alright, now we've got this darker matte and the rest are shimmers, and we're going to do the same thing. Put it in that crease and go in and okay, get that crease nice and dark. It'll make my eye look bigger. I know I sometimes look like I have big lid space, but if you look at me without makeup, I don't. I really don't. Okay. Oh, yes. All right, so now I need a blending brush. Let me see. Jaclyn Hill Master Brush. Go in, blend. Oh, this is such an awesome brush. Okay. I'm going to figure out, make sure things are symmetrical, and figure out what type of eye look you want to do. I'm probably going to, I want to build this up a little bit more. I like to layer my shadow. It stays put longer. And it really stands out when you have a dark crease. There we go. I'm going to clean up the outer part at the end, not worried about that. I've got lots of shimmers in here that, so good. Okay. I'm going to go in with my blinged brushes. This is the E2. These brushes pick up so much color at once, you want to be careful. I am thinking like this gorgeous color over here in the corner, the upper right corner. See what I mean? Like you just touch it and so, woo! This here, it's just like a nice sparkle. And I love that. So we're gonna sparkle right here. Let's sparkle and then move on. And I want like a kind of like a flat brush for this part here. So I'm gonna go in with my concealer brush. It's like the E4. And what I want to do is I want to put a little setting spray on this because I want to try and minimize fallout. Even though I haven't done my under eye concealer, still, it helps. I'm really liking this color here. And it's kind of like that one. It's like sparkly. So what I'm going to do is go in the lower right hand corner, this darker one, and we're going to place that on the lid. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? We're going to go a little bit above the crease there, and it'll make my eye, we'll give the illusion that my eye looks bigger, you know? All right, we're going to go over here, kind of pat this down, pack on that color right here. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Then I'm going to turn it over and go back in with that other color I was using and give it some added oomph. Like, yes! then I'm going to take, okay, so I put that color on both of the eyes, and I want to go in, I'm going to do a dark color out here, and then I'm going to do my liner. So what I want to do is I'm just going to make it real easy and grab my Sephora tape, because I want a specific kind of eye. And this tape does not take off your makeup. I just want you to know that. Okay. You've got to make sure that your face is relaxed. I know it looks funny, but it's just so much easier if you're going to do something specific and you need like a little bit harsher of a line, or you need like a guide to use tape. Now, mind you, some people do not like using tape. Some people don't need tape. It really is your preference. All I can tell you is make sure you got it even. Okay, now that's on. I'm going to go in with this brush again. I'm going to go in with the darkest shimmer in here, that really rich brown. I'm going to put it out here, and I'm also going to take my brush and flick it in towards, this is going to make my eye look a little bit bigger, but it's also going to give it definition. It's giving my eye a shape. Okay, so just do that, and then the other side. You do not always have to use a blending brush. You want a packing brush. You want a sweeper brush. There's all kinds of brushes. There's different uses for them. And then there's uses that you will feel a brush at some point and you're like, oh, I can use this for this. You'll get to know by how much control and how they feel on what you could use them for. And I love that. It's like, oh, okay. Feel your brushes. You'll get to know them. So there we have that there. I'm liking that a lot. Now you want to go in and like fine detail. And what I mean by that is like, okay, let me see. Do I want to change anything? Do I want to make this part a little bit brighter? What is it that I want to do? And with me, that's like, this is kind of harsh right there. So I'm going to go in with this color right here in the corner. And I'm kind of going to put it right there on the edge of where I had that pretty color. Pretty, well, they're all pretty. Do you know what I mean? The pretty like rose wine kind of color, and blend that in together so that's not like a harsh line right there. Yeah, so much better. And you barely have to touch it. And then I'm going to take the other side of this brush, go back in with that color I used right here, and we're going to darken that baby up. We'll brighten it up, I should say. Then grab your gel liner for your waterline, whatever color you want to use. Grab your liquid liner, grab a blending brush, and let's go. Let me see, do I got one here? Yes, the SL Mist brushes are pretty neat. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm just going to go up here and we're going to blend this out. I don't mind having a line over here, but I don't want it to be so harsh, so that's why I'm softening it up right here. I highly recommend that you do that. See the difference? Okay. Oh, love it. It just like melts into the skin. And then it's like, oh, yes, I woke up like this. Yeah. Right? Okay, so I have been loving Kylie Jenner's eyeliners. Where's my Kyliner? Kyliner? Here it is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Super creamy, super pigmented. It's just that bitch. Yeah, I love it a lot. Oh, I even want to do the upper waterline because this just glides and it doesn't hurt. It's not going to poke you. I mean, you could poke yourself, but the tip itself is just super creamy. Okay, Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do underneath, then I have to do on top. I'm going to do some liquid liner. My trusty Tarte liquid liner. You can keep the tape here for this. I just want to go ahead and do a line. I want to do a wing. I'm loving the wing. They are just like so back in style right now. And I'm just loving it. Okay. Here we are. Make sure the pigment. Oof. Yes. Okay. Do the same thing here. Okay. Okay. Do. Kind of like make it thicker here and then have it like blend in. You can take it all the way in if you want, but I don't want my eye to look smaller. So I'm gonna kind of just let it go down here and then leave it. Make sure that it's completely filled in, that the pigment is rich. This must have oil-based eyeshadows because my black liner is like almost getting lost a little bit. It's having a hard time sticking. So there's got to be some type of mineral oil or something in these shadows. Let me see if the... No, but the shadings are on the back. I didn't know that. But I don't think I have the packaging for that anymore. So basically I just want to make sure that my eyeliner is good to go. That I have a nice sharp wing. That is completely filled in. Then the angled brush, your concealer, put it all in. Woo! Ooh, I like. I've got one a little bit thicker than the other, which sometimes happens, but we can fix it. You can fix it. I call it fine detailing. It's like, okay, go back and see what you need to do to straighten things up. This here, I like the way that goes, and this here, you just very little bit. There. Now I have fixed it. So I'm going to let that dry for a second, and then we'll go with our angled brush and our concealer and all that fun stuff. But before I do that, I want a round little brush, and I think I've got to find it. Okay, are you still with me? Do you have any questions for me? All right, you want to grab, like, Luxie has what's called a mini round brush. Those are awesome. Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, that collaboration, has an inner corner highlight brush that is similar to the mini round that you can use for underneath. Luxie also has a pointed pencil looking like brush. So I'm going to use this one. But you do want to use setting spray because you don't want no fallout. Oh, you know what? I think I might be. I'll have to clean it up a little bit. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go into... Whoa, let me see. Yeah, let's go in with this gorgeous lighter shimmer. Tap it off and very carefully put it right here. I'm going to stop halfway because I'm going to do darker out here, and I need this brush to do the other side, and I don't want it to mix with my liner yet. Notice I said yet, because we are going to mix it. Okay. Such a pretty color. Okay. There we are. Now, that gorgeous brighter color. Woo! On here. At this point, it's going to mix a little bit with the eyeliner, and that's what you want it to do because it's going to create this smoky effect. You may want to hold your skin if you find that the elasticity in your skin isn't so great here. This is why, like, there are certain eye looks it's harder to do on mature skin because the skin moves so much. You know, you can do, it takes me like 20 minutes to do makeup on a 20-year-old. On a 30-year-old, it's a little bit different. Okay. And right here, bam. Now, you can take your liner. Sometimes it'll lighten the pigment a little bit. But what you want to do is stick a little bit on the lash line at this point and the waterline. Make sure the waterline's nice and dark. Then go right where the lashes are and put this beautiful gel. And now watch. Take the pencil. Use that one angle. It's going to mix the two together, which is just going to make this really nice smoky effect. Just the tip of this pencil. And you barely have to touch it. Don't worry if you feel like your shadow's down a little far because we haven't done our under eye concealer yet. Even if you had, you could still clean it up. So there's a nice smoky effect right there. I do have to clean up this wing a little bit over here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to grab, there's like an angled brush. Let me see, which one do I want? As long as it's got nothing on it and it's like kind of fluffy, what you really want to do, kind of set the tone for that. You really just want to brush it along here. What it's going to do is basically give you the cleaning it up a little bit. Okay. It'll move it around a little bit. That's fine. You want to grab like a thicker brush. This is a Morphe. It does not have a number. And now we're going to go in with the Shape Tape Concealer. Still my favorite. Still my favorite. It just is. We're going to put some right here. I never put it right close. Don't do that. Because you want to work this in. This doesn't have anything on it right now. And you're going to start over here. And you're going to pull it down. And then clean it up. Clean up that wing. Make it nice and sharp. Okay. You're not done. But take a sponge. Press it in. Do the other side. My sponge fell. Okay. See, I have like this little issue that this is not exactly perfect. And that's going to drive me insane. So I'm going to go in with, oh yeah, here is the ABH. It's from the Takeover box. The cream color they call it, but really it's like a liner. And I'm going to go in with my Blinged Brushes angled brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this. This one will make it a little bit darker. Yeah. There we go. When you're just starting to do wings, you probably do want to go in with the gel liner. That's how I started. That's what I recommend because it's easier to clean up and you can always go over it with a liquid. Okay, so I wanted a straight line and then I'm going to go back with my concealer and get it to where I want it. Okay, Jacqueline's brightening powders, and a flexible tip brush. One that's kind of, you know, where it's not going to push the color into the skin. I'm going to go ahead and I just kind of mix all these and tap it, and I set my concealer with it. I don't want it too harsh right there. That is why I use this. I feel like I need to fix that. That might have just been the light. Okay. Now I can go in with blush, but again, keep looking, see if there's anything you want to change, anything that you want to do. Okay, now I can do mascara, lashes, but I'm going to go in with a blush first, and Jaclyn Hill's Luminous Setting Powder in Brilliance. So here's what I'm going to do. Do I want... I like Patrick Ta's blushes too. This, super pretty. Alright, so we need a blush brush. Something like this will work. This is a Farrah brush, I believe. No, a Shayna B. I'm sorry. Gonna dip it into Patrick. And just kind of sweep it over my cheek. Wow, that mirror's dirty. It's such a pretty color. Which one is this? She's Sincere? Yeah. Love it. Always want to do the apple of the cheeks and sweep it back. Can do a little up here, as long as it's not harsh. It just kind of blends everything together. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really on the brush at this point, but it's just, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, now I'm going to put these away. I want a powder brush. This one here. I'm going to go in with the setting powder. Voluminous. Oh, I think I want more of these. I want something a little bit lighter than Brilliant. I start here. Oh, it's just so luminous. Well, it's a hint. It's not too bad. Like, there we are. Definitely loving that inner glow within, yeah. Definitely nowadays. Okay, so I love this palette. The pigments, beautiful, amazing, just love it. I'm gonna go in with some highlight now. I could go blinding if I want to, but I'm thinking more of a subtle highlight. Do I have such a thing? I actually do. Wait a minute here. I've got, do I have an inner corner of the brush? Hang on. My Madison Beer brush. It's like the little angled. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Gonna go in with Extra, the beaming light from Jaclyn. Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling a little extra right here. Kind of do that little swoopity boopity. Oh. Yes. Love it. You don't need much at all. And then you want to grab a blending brush. Kind of like something that doesn't have anything on it. Like this Complex Culture brush would have been okay, but it's got too much stuff on it. This LaRouche brush here, let me see if I've got anything on it. Nope, this will work. So you just kind of go in here and blend. something that's going to be nice and easy. Just want to make sure everything flows nicely together. Yeah. Put the dab in there, let it flow up, let it flow down. Now choose a highlighter for here. I'm wondering what, you know what? Champagne pop. That'll do it. I want to set my face first. Setting spray just helps everything, of course, lock it into place, but also helps the highlight like pop nicely. Probably gonna end up glowing, like you can be able to see me from Mars, but all right, let's see. I'll try to do it subtle. Okay, barely touching it because I want it to flow nicely. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can't go wrong with original champagne pop. Yeah. You can put some on the nose if you want. I'm not a big one for putting it everywhere. Not my thing, really. I guess maybe I'll do a tiny little. Not much though, like tiny. Now, mascara, lashes, and a lippy, and then figure out what you're gonna do with your hair. When you do your makeup, do your makeup first and then do your hair to go with your makeup. You guys know what I mean by that? This here is the Tarte Man Eater mascara. I don't have long lashes anymore because I use false ones all the time. Oh, don't clump. Okay, hang on. If you get mascara on your skin, let it dry, grab a Q-tip and just wipe it away. I'm going to show you a few more tips. Let me let my mascara dry. I'll be back in a second. One of the best tools you can have, a Q-tip. Here's what we're going to do. I got a little bit of mascara right down here. I am swooping it, making sure everything is clean by taking that Q-tip and rolling it around. Okay, now grab a spoolie, go underneath, curl these, let them be lifted and flow, not pasted to your face. I'm sorry, I did it on makeup. Okay, now you're ready for lashes. If you're going to reuse a pair, make sure you take the glue off of it, which I'm reusing. I love wispies. If you're just starting out with lashes, go with wispies, Ardell wispies, Kiss wispies. They have the thinnest band. And you have to make sure you've got a lash that bends. And you want to make sure you do that before you put it on. Because you don't want the lash to be flicked up here or just not in the right spot. Where you place it is like everything. Okay. I do want to say welcome to the new subscribers. And I am so looking forward to getting to know you guys. You have brought me all so much joy down in the comments. I love reading them, so thank you very much. Okay, I want tweezers. I like to put my eyelashes on with tweezers. You do want to make sure they're clean, they don't have anything on them. And then you have the option to use black glue. You've got the option to use whatever glue you want. I'm going to go in with this Kiss black glue. And what I do, as you can see, is I actually put it over here and press it down, and then just take what's left, kind of like put some on the plastic and then put the tip in it and then gently put it here. So I'm not putting too much glue. Gives it a chance to dry a little bit because I'm taking what's off of the plastic. And we've got the right amount of glue on. You want to wait at least 30 seconds, and you can put a little bit more glue on the ends because that's where it would have the tendency to lift. You do want to make sure that the glue is very tacky. Very, very, very tacky. I think I chipped a tooth. What's going on there? Okay. Now, lay it on top of your lashes. Always start the middle. It wasn't tacky enough. Let me go back in. See where it is? Take the end. Place it down. Let it follow over the eye. Hold it in place. Then you want to make sure you press it in. You can use your finger. Okay, let it sit. Let me do the other one. I'll be back. All right, I used Jacqueline's lip liner and what was it? Toasty and Kylie's liquid lip and 703 something. I don't know, but this is it and I love it. I actually was comparing Kylie's liquid lips to Jacqueline's, and Kylie's aren't super moist, but it's also not super drying to me. Jacqueline's is. Jacqueline's is like really liquidy, and then when it dries down, you could see every little nook and cranny and crack in your lips. I do like Kylie's better. Is it the best? As far as wear, it doesn't move. That I love. Okay, so this is my finished look. I decided to straighten this part of my hair. I didn't go crazy and straighten everything because it's humid outside and my hair's gonna be like, I have to put a little balm in it and it'll be good. But other than that, let me know what you guys think of this look. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I love doing my makeup. It just gets me out of this, you know, funky mood, and I just sit here and I get so excited and so happy to be filming, and then I look forward to talking to you guys down in the comments below, seeing what you have to say about the video, what you have to say about my looks, all of that stuff. I appreciate it so much, and I love talking with you guys, so definitely talk to me down in the comments below. If you're new, tell me a little something about yourself if you don't mind, and I will see you guys real soon in another video. Bye!